Italian pasta alla carbonara, durum wheat noodles, cured pork, egg, and cheese.
Chinese lo mein, egg noodles, green vegetables, and beef, chicken, or pork.
Legend has it that noodles didn't reach Italy's shores until Marco Polo brought them back from his explorations.
But what if it had been a mutual exchange, and the Chinese got something back from the Italians to make their noodle dishes even more delicioso?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Spin that mix plate.
2 existing dishes from around the world, 1 new mix plate.
There's been plenty of debate about who made the world's first noodle. That is, until a 4,000-year-old bowl of preserved noodles was recently dug up in northwestern China. So if we've traced the oldest noodles to China, how did they make their way to Italy? Well, Marco Polo and his defenders say he's the guy who introduced Italy's most iconic food by bringing them back home from his travels in China. But considering that the story comes from a book he wrote from prison with the help of a romance writer, it sounds a little sketch. One Marco Polo skeptic is Gianni Mola. He's a longtime carbonara cook in San Francisco's Italian North Beach neighborhood, and he's even been in Rome with his own cooking show.
So a lot of people say that the Italians didn't have any pasta until Marco Polo went over to China. Well, there are records that show that pasta was in dowries prior to Marco Polo's visit to China. So I think that the Chinese had their noodles, the Italians had their pasta, and they kind of came up at the same time. Italian pastas and their sauces are really very simple. Pasta alla carbonara is one of the classic pasta dishes from Rome. It's got 5 ingredients, some eggs, pecorino romano, and some black pepper. Probably the foundation of the dish is guanciale, cured pig's cheek. It's magical. In some restaurants, you'll find that they put an extra egg yolk on top. That allows you to get some more of that egg flavor. Rome really loved this dish and perfected it, and now it's here for all of us to enjoy. But this idea that Marco Polo brought pasta to Italy, it ain't true.
Well, however noodles reached Italy, we know that they morphed into something very different from their Chinese counterpart. You'll find tons of variations around the world, and lo mein is a versatile Chinese noodle dish for star pastry chef Melissa Cho.
Lo means stirred and mein means noodle, so it's a stirred noodle. The lo mein noodle has egg in it, so that's what differentiates it from the other wheat noodles. It's usually a side of vegetables, such as gailan or bok choy. A protein. Brisket is very common in the southern parts of China and in Hong Kong. The soup is served on the side, and the noodles are served dry. In the United States, there's a thicker sauce with a thicker noodle. It's sort of a Chinese takeout staple. One of the nice things about lo mein is that it is a blank canvas for whatever you want to put on there. There's a lot of options.
Spurred by the rapid globalization of eating habits, China's cheese market has grown more than 30% in the past 5 years, and the country's even starting to make its own cheese products. I can't help but wonder, what if 700 years ago, Marco Polo had been a better ambassador and brought cheese to China? The ultimate noodle dish we're making answers that question. It's cheesy and earthy, and definitely worth the centuries it took us to dream it up. It's pasta a lo mein.
Dairy isn't commonly found in traditional Chinese cooking, but this fusion is kind of a reflection of what's happening in the food world. Lo mein can be saucy and carbonara is like very rich and creamy, so this dish is pulling the best from both worlds. So first step of making the carbonara is to make the sauce. It's very simple, just a couple eggs and cheese. So I'm gonna separate it by taking out the white, just back and forth in the shell. And now I'm using 2 kinds of cheese, a Parmesan as well as a pecorino. Pepper is something that really adds a little bit more spice to it, so use more than you think you need. So it's all mixed together. I'm just gonna let this hang out while I cook everything else. Today I'm gonna be using a Chinese sausage. So I've had them cut up just in like fun little pieces, bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna add in some thin sliced garlic, because garlic is amazing. And time to add in the Chinese broccoli. It's very leafy. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt. Transfer this whole mixture to a bowl. Oh, it smells so good. I'm gonna add these to some salted water, and they take no time to cook, just about 3 to 5 minutes. And then it's gonna go straight into the pan. and just give it a quick stir. And now I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now what I'm waiting for is the pasta to stop sizzling. Once it goes nice and quiet, it's safe to add in my egg mixture. If I put it in earlier, it'll be pasta a la scrambled eggs, and that's not a fusion I wanna have. Putting a crispy fried egg on it not only is one, very delicious, but it also adds something a little bit crunchy on top. As long as you get that white nice and crunchy, that's the golden ticket. So it's time to build the sauce. So I'm gonna pour it right over the top. So I'm gonna stir, 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 moving fairly quickly. Now to make the sauce nice and velvety smooth, I'm gonna add a little bit into that pasta water. So it's important not to dump it out. At this point, I'm gonna add back in that fried sausage, garlic, and Chinese broccoli. They're almost like little garlic chips, and it's a nice, bright, vibrant color if you add it in at the end. So a couple more sausages on top, a little bit of fresh black pepper, and the most important part, more cheese. More is more. And finally, that crispy fried egg on top. And there you have it, pasta a lo mein.
I can't believe how this, like on the outside, looks very Italian, but in its soul, I know that it's Chinese in there.
I don't know, it's like best of both worlds because we do have like all the cheese going on, which is not typical in Chinese food, but it is lo mein. Excuse my poor chopstick using.
There's no excuse.
Only
practicing to do.
The Chinese sausage is like a little bit boozy, you know?
I love this one. I think the combo totally works. And I think you guys are all gonna love it too.
Be sure to screenshot the recipe to make it at home. Enjoying it?
I'm just gonna keep eating it.
I mean, if you don't finish it, I'd be a little insulted.